Hi Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to your beginning of September read. Let's get right into things. We're going to start with a yes/no spread. Okay, so I want you guys to formulate a question in your mind that would require, it's got to be close-ended, that would require a yes, no, or a maybe kind of thing. And you want to formulate one question, say the same question 3 times the same way. All right, I want you to focus on the cards as I do this. Questions can be answered with either a yes card or no card. We also have exceptions. We have neutrals. So let's see what we end up getting. Okay, make sure you're very relaxed when you feel like I still need to shuffle. Cards aren't ready yet. Very relaxed. Relax your shoulders. Fill your belly with breath as you inhale. Okay. This card wants to come out. 5 of Swords. That's an extra card. 5 of Swords is conflict. Some sort of conflict going on. Okay. Do not honor reversals with these. Okay. We're going to pull 3 cards. First answer, 2 of Wands. Be a yes. The Moon is a neutral. Wheel of Fortune is a yes. So we have 2 yeses and a neutral. So this would indicate that the answer is yes, just not right yet. So this could have something to do with this 5 of Swords energy, which would indicate the need to have a discussion about how things are going to be in reality moving forward. So whether it has to do with a relationship, a job, whatever it is. 5 of Swords energy is a Venus in Aquarius. And whenever Venus is in Aquarius, and so this is about needing to look at love differently, needing to look at relationship differently, needing to look at career, money, needing to look at something differently, because Aquarius is all about doing something out of the box, different than what you did, but in the attempt to move you forward on your path, in an attempt to move you forward into the future, because Aquarius is all about the future. But remember now, 5 is conflict and Swords are truth and words and communication. So something needs to be communicated or thought about, right? Because Swords are also mental, right? Our mental thoughts, our mental processing. So let's pull a couple of cards for these, for each of these, and then we're going to pull a Celtic cross spread. Then we'll pull the Black Moon tarot cards and Astro Dice and do a layered reading for you guys. We'll see what kind of messages we can get for you. So I will pull these closer to the camera as I address each one, but let's just get them out here. Okay, let's see what the story is. What do we have to do? What do we have to take care of? So clarifying the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands is all about really looking at a new path, a new life, a new opportunity here. Wands are motivation, determination, but it's a new offering. You know, it's a Mars in Aries, and Mars is like, come on, let's go. And so is it Mars rules Aries. It's about a fresh perspective and a new path. So this could be a new offering. This could even be finding a new passion, something that, an idea that you're very attracted to right now. So for some of you, it's just really starting on a new path, having to do with a hobby, a career, a relationship, something that's very passionate, right? That's really very much, though, pulling you forward onto this new path. So it doesn't indicate specifically like meeting a new person, but it's more about like you met the person and now you guys are starting on this new road together. So we have the 4 of Wands, which is, some people call it one of the marriage cards, some people call it one of the honeymoon cards, whatever, right? If we're here with relationship, it's a good thing. It's about really establishing a very strong foundation because it's Venus in Aries. So again, back to the Aries energy here about this fresh path, new perspective, this new approach, having to do with, it could be love. It could also have to do with money because Venus is a money planet. So if it has to do with money or career, it indicates that if you're starting something, either a new job, cultivating a new idea, working differently, if you're here with career, this is a really positive energy because it's about a firm foundation. Who doesn't want a firm foundation? And then we have the King of Cups, fabulous. King of Cups is Libra and Scorpio. So Libra is that 7th house of relationships. So that has to do with, it's not only marital partners. It would be the house of marital partners, not love affairs. It's more of a Leo energy. But this indicates seventh house, marital relationships, business connections, family and friendship connections even that have a shared soul purpose. It's ruled by Venus again. So we have more Venus energy here, more money energy here, more love energy, more feeling self-value. So we have this Two of Wands, guys, seriously. I mean, could we get better than this? Scorpio, like seriously, whatever's going on here. We have a Two of Wands, which is like, there's this new path, there's this new beginning. So if you were in a relationship and it wasn't going well, this indicates a new beginning. If you were single and you recently met somebody, this indicates it going really, really well and ending up really beautifully. Again, I mean, this is just all around a good energy having to do for relationships, right? This trio here having to do with business, really, really good. Then we go to the moon. So the moon is, all about I feel. The moon in tarot is affiliated with Pisces. Pisces is very creative energy, but it's also about, I didn't even mention, because I'm going to be doing the astrology separate, guys, but let's just throw in that we do have the full moon on September 2nd in Pisces. So the moon is tightly approaching Neptune. So things are going to be coming to light. There's going to be culmination, right? But the thing is here, things that you're going to be seeing and feeling and experiencing can be very illusory, but creative and very loving, but can potentially be a little bit of like what I call like a fool's paradise, where you can be almost having this escapist kind of tendency. Now, I'm not saying into like alcohol, drugs, or whatever. I mean, you can, but you can do that anytime. But the full moon in Pisces is really about this feeling very creative, very loving, but understanding that not everything that you're seeing or experiencing may be based 100% in reality or in practicality. But I do want to say that this is opposing the sun at 10 degrees Virgo, right? Which is going to be trining Uranus and Taurus. And then we have Jupiter in there that's slowing down before going direct. I don't want to get you guys confused because I'm going to be dealing with the astrology in a separate video. But long story short, I can say that there's a very hopeful vibe about this full moon, particularly having to do with business, I do have to say, because we have 3 earth signs that are going to be trining in this energy in this full moon. So a lot of creative juices flowing, having to do with how you make money, opportunities for money, opportunities, getting creative with how you guys do relationship. But there's a lot of I feel. So there's a lot of thinking underneath the surface that's going to be going on here, right? Because this is also very much a high priestess energy, which is tapping into your higher intuition, right? Because the high priestess is the moon, and the moon is Pisces in tarot. I know it gets a little confusing. I don't want to confuse you guys, but it's enough to understand that you're going to be doing a lot of thinking. There's going to be a lot going on between your ears and behind your eyes, and you may not be openly discussing everything. So for some of you, it can indicate that you're very much in the planning phase. For others of you, it's very much wanting something, but you're going to feel like you're feeling Mars getting ready to go retrograde. It's going to be happening in your 6th house. So you're starting to feel this tension, right? Which is going to be Mars is going to be going retrograde on the 9th. So you're going to start feeling this tension in your 6th house. What is this 6th house? It has to do with your day-to-day, your day-to-day work environment, having to do with, your career and in the pragmatics and the soup and, the soup to nuts of the everyday people you work with. It also has to do with your health, your mental, physical, and kind of emotional connection to your health, to yourself, to how well, you're dealing with things. So don't be surprised if you're in a space of rumination, maybe experiencing some anxiety with this moon energy right now. As we do have the Queen of Swords, so I do feel like you're definitely in a very mental space, figuring things out, figuring people out. You have people's numbers, right? As soon as they walk in the room, you have them figured out, their motivation and everything, right? So you're doing a lot of thinking though, and I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking about money as well. I feel like you're doing a lot of thinking about finances, about connection. Because remember, pentacles can be mental, physical, and emotional connection in addition to finances. So when we have a 6 of Pentacles energy, it's like, all right, I have your back, you have mine. I'm giving this, you're giving that. We're meeting each other halfway. For some of you, this can mean you lending or giving somebody in your life money, or them giving money to you, perhaps for a business, perhaps just to help you get through life right now. But there's a lot of thinking about this idea of reciprocity when it comes to money, communication, connection. There's a lot of thought going on about this. And I feel like there's more thought going on than you're actually even communicating, Scorpio. That's what I feel like. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is blessed by Jupiter. If you're dealing with relationship and you guys have not been together, this can indicate reconciliation. But there's a caveat with this. If the relationship does not have good bones, and you know that it was in the past, well enough to be rekindled in a healthy way, and you feel like you're trying to fight for the love or fight for the relationship to work, it's not going to work. If the bones of it were, if it was good, and you guys just ended things because of maybe lousy communication or a misunderstanding of, or something like that, or maybe the timing was just off in that part of your life, this is going to be a beautiful reconnection. This can also indicate those of you who are single meeting somebody new. If you have nothing to do with relationship, this is a really benefic energy, because it is what is the great benefic, Jupiter, for business. But it's a very destiny-driven energy. So it would indicate that you're taking a chance on something. And then we have the Emperor and the Seven of Wands. So the Emperor is all about, the Emperor is a Mars energy, right? Because the Emperor is Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars. I love the Emperor energy. So first of all, for those of you meeting somebody or having to deal with relationship, this is very much a ride or die energy. This is somebody who is very faithful, if it has to do with relationship. But it does present a situation where you feel, because we have Seven of Wands, where there might be the situation where you feel like you need to defend yourself, where there's some obstacles that are going to have to be gone through in order for the relationship to really work. The Seven of Wands is a Mars and Leo energy. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to be in conflict with yourself so much, but remember, it's Mars and Leo, and when Mars is in Leo, the ego part of Leo ends up rising to the surface, where lines have to be drawn in the sand, where you're like, this is what I want, need, and desire. But your partner might be saying, this is what I want, need, and desire, right? So, and this is just simply presenting a conflict that needs resolution, that you just need to work through. But I feel like, if you guys have really good intentions, to have the Emperor energy is all about, let's go, let's have a fresh path, a new perspective, being very focused on something new, moving forward, which is really positive, okay? Let's just talk about the relationship aspect first. So this could have to do with any sort of reconnection, or if you guys have just been in a weird space in your relationship, maybe you guys haven't really been seeing eye to eye. This necessary conversation must happen in order for things to end up working out well, right? So, okay, so that's for a relationship. If this has to do with a business, this shows me that you are feeling really confident, doing something scared, doing it anyway. And Scorpio, you might not have all the answers, because the Emperor normally doesn't, right? Even though the Emperor has this powerful position and they're the leaders of the zodiac and all of that, which is fabulous, it's like great at creating the big ideas, but not so sure on how to make it all happen. So it's really important that you surround yourself with really good, capable people right now, because the minutia of something is not going to be something that you're going to want to really deal with. Even though you guys are Scorpios and you guys are great at recognizing the underneath of everything, right? Because it's all about the underworld that you guys are ruled by. There's something about this situation, though, that, how do I want to say this? You're going to be feeling a little vulnerable, right? If it has to do with money or business, I'm talking about the career, where you're feeling like that Seven of Wands energy is like, no, but this is how it needs to be, and this is what I need. It's needing to face some conflict and understanding what's necessary for the resolution, and just being a little patient with it. This is not going to be the easiest energy, only because we are going to be having Mars go retrograde. But I don't want you guys to give up on something that you have your sights set on right now. Don't give up. This is temporary, guys. It's not going to last. This is not going to last. It's just going to be a challenging, I'm going to say, a couple of months. All right, so these are just some obstacles, but I don't think it's a minor arcana. I don't see this as like a huge deal breaker kind of energy. It's just whatever your question was, it's yes, not yet. You got to go through a couple of, and I do feel like it is a couple of conflicts, a couple of like reality checks. Let's get a little more specific. A couple of reality checks really is what we're talking about here. Okay, so let's pull. So that was my Crystal Visions Tarot, for those of you like that, because I am the worst reader at remembering to tell you what decks I'm using. Now I'm using the Light Seer Tarot. Hopefully you guys enjoy this deck. It has quickly become one of my faves. Okay, I love the colors and I love the diversity of it. Let's see what we have for our Scorpio friends. What messages do we need? We have the moon. We have the star. Very nice. Get some healing energy. We have the moon and the star. Beautiful. This is the best to be achieved as out of this outcome. Queen of Wands. Fabulous. Isn't this such a happy card? Look at her face. It's beautiful. Okay. Five of Pentacles is the foundation. So we might be having a little bit of a rough go for the moment. The recent past, Four of Swords. Okay, we'll talk about that. The near future, Nine of Wands, power position. Three of Swords is you right now. So there's some sort of pain that you're going through. And look at, guys, look at this card. Look at her, the pain. Unbelievable. Okay, Lovers is, this is the energy that's surrounding you right now. Lovers energy. Your fear is the Ten of Wands. Can't blame me for that. Who wants to feel overwhelmed? Not me. And then we have the Fool as the final outcome here. All right, I like that. All right, so why don't we start with the past? We have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is, first of all, taking a rest, not really doing much of anything, not really being able to move forward in any sort of specific way. Stepping on the brakes for a second, because you have to sit and think, because this is Jupiter in Libra. So Jupiter is all about luck and expansion. It rules Sagittarius, so it's all about moving forward with integrity. But you're stopping and you're resting for a second to think about everything that you've been through and thinking about what it is that you want. As far as think about Libra. Libra is by Venus. Venus is a money planet. It has to do with love, and it has to do with self-value and self-esteem. So you're thinking about all of those things in this recent past, having to do with money. Are you doing what you really want to do as far as money? Is there another alternative route that you can take in order to make money in a way that really speaks to you, where you feel like you feel good about yourself doing it, right? That's this kind of energy. And you're asking yourself, am I doing something in the way or in the area, that I really resonate with? And is it bringing me what I really want? Am I being paid equitably? That would be having to do with, obviously, with career or with money. If it has to do with relationship, it's thinking about everything that you've gone through and making the decision to throw out the bad, hold on to the good, throw them in your backpack for lessons. But this is about a moving on, like learning lessons and moving on. But we're just trying to figure out what really speaks to you. Really trying to figure out what works for you. And I feel like this pensive energy, though, is kind of coming into the present, because to have the moon and the star, the star is it's a cross or a blessing, right? And I always feel like the star is always a blessing. The moon is, I feel, so the moon is what it is that you feel in private, what you're doing in private, underneath the surface. The emotions that you're experiencing that you may not, first of all, be fully aware of. You always want to be careful, as I always say, in the moon energy, because there's no one in our moon energy to check us, because it's what happens internally. So we want to make sure that we're not telling ourselves any sort of false narratives, So we do, particularly, excuse me, in this particular energy now, because we do have the full moon in Pisces energy. So to get that in the situation right now, you want to make sure that you're viewing everything with great clarity and not through any kind of rose-colored glasses. But what I love here is that whatever you're feeling, you have the star helping you out. The star energy is a healing energy. And it's Aquarius energy. And Aquarius is the water carrier. So it's about emotions. It's about, even though Aquarius is an air energy, the star itself does indicate like looking at emotions in order to move forward into the future, heal in a way to heal. It's releasing things. It's the blessing of the seven sisters, right? So this is a big energy, Scorpio, for sure. Like, I just feel like, my back gets hot. And I get these strong messages. So I very internal, you're doing a lot of internal healing. The best outcome here is the Queen of Wands. I mean, come on, hello. Pisces and Aries, this is fabulous. Aries is about new path. Pisces is about, what are you dreaming of? What gets your fires going? This is about feeling very motivated. So the best to be achieved from this particular outcome of this Celtic cross spread is you doing something that really speaks to something that you feel passionate about, motivated about. This is a really brave energy as well, the Queen of Wands. I always think the Queen of Wands is a very I am going to go and just throw caution to the wind, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot and see what happens. Five of Pentacles in the foundation. There's a sense of lack here. Now, for some of you, the foundation here might be if your relationship ended. It's like that almost kind of, what's the word that I want to say? It's almost like a bereavement energy for the relationship. Could be for some of you. Some of you feeling like, and that could be emotionally, right? Like emotional bereavement for the loss of something. Some of you might even be feeling that with your job, where you're feeling this sense of lack, but it's an emotional sense of lack, right? Do you feel that lack of connection from that person, from that job, whatever it is? But some of you, this could even indicate, like if a relationship ended and you guys were living together, you literally being in a situation where you, like, for real in the 3D, have less money or have less resources. And that may be the situation that you're dealing with right now, right? The foundation right now. But you're feeling this level of disconnect right now. And I am feeling for a lot of you, it does have to do with something painful that you went through, right? Because we have the Five of Pentacles as the sense of lack in the foundation, but then we have the Three of Swords, which is the card of pain. This is Saturn and Libra. So having to do with relationship, this could certainly indicate a third party situation. Now this could have happened, could be happening now, could have happened in the past, whatever it is, but this card of betrayal, of pain, Saturn is about restriction. Saturn is about no, karma, not yet. You need to look at something. Something needs to be addressed here. And it's in Libra. Libra's that 7th house, like I said, of relationships, of business partners, of close family connections, of close friend connections. And this is somebody having done something that created a lot of pain for you. This could be from a third-party situation to irresponsible use of money to some sort of backstabbing behavior within the family, within a friendship connection, feeling just like somebody betrayed you, like you thought they were there for you and they're not, kind of thing. And it's that kind of energy. So it's a pain here. Now, I do have to say that the energy surrounding this, right, because your environment is the Lover's energy, and the Lover's energy first of all, it's a Gemini energy, but it is the need to make a decision when it comes to relationship. There's a decision that needs to be made about that intimate relationship. Are you guys going to try to fix it? Because if you are, you have the blessing of Archangel Raphael, so that's great. Are you going to work on whatever? There's a decision that needs to be made. What are you going to do? You going to work at that job? Are you going to try to fix what it is that you don't like about that job? Are you going to try to make it work? You have to decide. You have to make a decision with your boss, with your business partner, with whoever it is that you're working with. There needs to be a decision made. Having to do with whatever is going to be moving you forward. You understand, wherever you are having a struggle and pain in your life, Scorpio, there needs to be a decision made. What are you going to do? Are you going to work on healing it and moving forward? You going to let it go? How are you going to handle it? And only you know the answer to that. And guys, this can have to do with, again, partnership and intimacy, business, friendship, family. This can even have to do with big life decisions. Big life decisions. What are you going to do? Are you going to move for that job? Are you going to sell your house? What are you going to do? You have to make the decision. Now, your fear is feeling overwhelmed because the Ten of Wands is overwhelmed. It's Saturn and Sagittarius. So we have all of this Saturn energy, which is just about like, it's just this restriction and delay, right? Because Sagittarius, Saturn and Sagittarius, Saturn is fine being with whatever energy it wants to be with, but it's not always well received when it's hanging out with another sign, right? So when we have Saturn in Sagittarius, which just wants to be about, honoring one's belief system, moving forward with integrity, travel, right? Learning, moving forward. And Saturn just like, no, not yet. You have to look at that now. And it creates this sense of overwhelm. This is also the multitasker energy. And you fearing this. You fearing that you're going to be overwhelmed. You fearing that your schedule is going to be so overwhelmed if you get into something. You fearing the day-to-day of getting back into that relationship. You fear, and what it might mean in your everyday. You fearing this getting into that job. How are you going to balance everything out? I also call this a catch-22 card, because this could be the kind of energy where it's like you're working a million hours at your job and you still have other responsibilities in your life, and you're just having a really hard time handling everything, and you have to just put the wands down. At a certain point, you have to put them down. So this is what you're afraid of. And I think it's interesting from the perspective that that's your fear. Then we have the outcome as the Fool. And you going on you trying something that you've never tried before. You literally taking the chance here, Scorpio. You're taking a chance in getting back with that person, in starting that relationship, in starting that business, in working differently, in making that move, and selling the house, and buying the house, and whatever it is. There's uncharted territory that you are making a very calculated risk, cautious, but you're doing it. And what I like, though, reflective, going back to this 10 of Wands, is we have the 9 of Wands as the near future, which I like this because this is about recognizing that you've been through a lot. This is an overtime energy. You've been through a lot, but you're in a power position here. You want to make sure, though, that you keep your ducks in a row and you keep what you have to do straight, and you don't allow it, because that's how you end up getting to the 10 of Wands, is by not staying in your power, not staying true to yourself, allowing somebody to, whether it's the energy of the moment, because it could be that, not gonna lie, we do have the pre-shadow here in this first week of Mars going retrograde on the 9th. I'm not going to talk about that fully until when I do the astrology section, but you're going to be feeling it. But you're also going to be feeling this kind of tug of war, because then Jupiter is getting ready to come out of retrograde on the 12th to bring gifts. So it's like you feel this thing tickling up to you that's really positive, but then you feel this restriction, and it's like this tug of war. So just keep yourself as grounded as you can. I know that's hard, but you want to keep yourself as grounded as you can, because I do like the 9 of Wands is a good, look at her. I want you to can you see her face? She's like, I got this. Don't worry. I'm going to keep my wands all upright. I know what I'm doing. Stay in that space. Be afraid of that all you want, I guess, right? I don't really like that, because I don't want you to manifest that for yourself. Get into that Fool energy and just be like, I'm going to do things differently this time. You know what? What do I always say, guys, right? It's an old saying, but I like it. If you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got. And I know that you guys feel that, just from the energies that we've been going through with you guys. All right, so let's go into our last little segment here. I'm not even looking at the dice, guys. I'm looking at my Lenormand. I threw the dice, not even looking. Let's pull the Lenormand, and then we're going to pull a Black Moon card to see what energies within you need to be focusing on this week. All right, we have the Bridge in Lenormand. We have the Sun. Nice. I like it. Nice. Good for business here. Very nice. Ruby. Strong foundation. Good, good, good. We got the mice. Oh my God. I keep getting the mice. All right. We got the owls. Let's pull one more. Guys, this is nuts. I shuffle so much. Why am I'm getting a lot of the, not the same, but a lot of similar. All right, give me some more. Then we have the polar bear, which is about resources. We have the mummy there. All right, so we have park. All right, what are you finding out from social media? Oh my goodness. All right, hold on now. Okay, thank you. Scorpio making me work here. He's Norman. We have Jupiter. We have the 7th house of relationships. All right, I'm getting a big energy here having to do with love. Oh my gosh, and we got Leo. Leo has to do with the 5th house. So listen, guys, either some sort of entrepreneurial activity, because we have Leo. Leo is it's the landlord of the 5th house, which has to do with creativity, love affairs, sex, what you do with your partner on a Monday through Sunday kind of thing. It has to do with your children as well. Excuse me, but I'm not getting like a child vibe here. I'm really not. I feel, and then the 7th house is the 7th house of relationships. So we have the 2 relationship energies here. Now, this could also be being creative in an entrepreneurial way, and the 7th house could be a business partnership. So I do want to say that, but guess what? No matter what is going on, we have Jupiter. And I love this because Jupiter is starting to get ready to bring the gifts big time. So I think this is a really positive energy for you. I really do. Jupiter is all about luck and expansion, and it's about moving forward. And we have the 7th house and the 5th house. Yes, this is beautiful. So we have the bridge, which is about bridging a gap. So often the bridge can come up as signing papers, signing like if you get a new job, if you're buying a business, if you're maybe you're getting married and you're crossing into a new part of your life. You're thinking about getting married. You're getting divorced. Papers. Bridging a gap, okay? Bridging a gap. Now, for a lot of you, this could simply be communication where there is a reaching out. So you could be reaching out to somebody, somebody can be reaching out to you, but then we have the sun energy, and the sun is also associated with Leo because the sun rules Leo. So this is about, again, creativity, warmth, heart. There's a lot of love, a lot of emotion here. We have ruby indicates a very strong foundation. The sun also indicates illumination. So the sun illuminates something that needs to be seen. So if there is somebody's reaching out to you or you're reaching out to somebody else, there is this illumination on what is necessary to feel a very strong foundation within this connection. You know, could be a family, I don't know why I was called to say family. Family connection, friendship, business, intimate, but there is something bothering you. Now, this could literally be you feeling like somebody is taking advantage of you, of your money. Somebody, or it could be just an issue gnawing away at you, right? Because the mice, a little at a time, they gnaw away, they eat at you. So this can be a situation that's just kind of eating away at you. But and there's light being shown on it, and you must look at it in order for you to have this firm foundation. And the owls are going to bring the communication. This is not flippant gossip. This is a really solid form of communication coming in. So it's either from spirit, people who have crossed over who love you. It's going to happen very serendipitously, very intuitively, or this could be a really good friend. This could even indicate a therapist, somebody who you trust, bringing you this message that something needs to be done the way it was. So something needs to be released here. So if it's not a relationship, it's a way of doing relationship. It's an idea having to do with work. There's got to be an ending here. There is an ending. So it's like that might be the issue though, Scorpio, that's gnawing at you. An ending, something being over is gnawing at you. But you're realizing that in order for you to have this firm foundation, there needs to be this release in order for you to feel like successful and have what you need in a very basic, fundamental way. Because the polar bear really does indicate resources and money. It also indicates though just having the sustenance that you need to be healthy and be involved in a very healthy and dynamic and successful life. Now, but in order to do this, what are we looking at? We're looking at the park, which indicates like social media and networking. All right. So if this has to do with work, the way you're doing work, Scorpio, needs to be adjusted, and you need to do some sort of different type of networking. Because then we have the male. So this could be you, Scorpio, if you're a male, or this could be indicative if you're a female, of you meeting a very Mars type of energy, a very sort of assertive type of energy that's going to bring you to where you want to go in business, because the stars is all about destiny, and something is predetermined already in the stars for you. So that could have to do with business. If this has to do with relationship, letting that relationship go was not good for you, or at least the way that it was. Getting on social media, getting out into some sort of network situation, because there is lady Scorpios, there is a very sexy person waiting for you on the other side, that this is preordained, this is meant for you. Through that. For others of you having to do with relationship, there can be this idea of reaching out, realizing your true feelings, recognizing that something has been eating away at you having to do with this connection, and you're ready to put it to bed already. You're ready to no longer allow it to rule you and rule the relationship, because you really just want to focus on being very successful in relationship. So you may be reaching out to somebody via social media. So this could be somebody that you've been with before, where it's a reconnect, or somebody brand new. This obviously can't be the same for all of you, right? It's ridiculous. But the male, this male in Lenormand, indicates a Mars energy. You see, he has Mars on his neck. So this could be having to do with business, somebody who's very assertive, who is going to be a really helpful energy for you as far as business goes. Or this could be somebody who you're very sexually attracted to, who's very assertive in the relationship area. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Let's just pull a black moon and see what energy you need to be tapping in to help you through all of this week. Uranus. Focus on the future. Focusing on the future. That's it. It's genius, right? This is genius. Think out of the box. Do something differently. Uranus rules Aquarius, right? This is all about the future. And the internet. So, okay, my friends, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.